You have your full floofy. Okay. Hey guys, it's Steve here, global makeup artist with Urban Decay, and today we're going to be talking all about brows. I'm going to show you guys two different ways to create brows, starting with something a little bit more structured and glam, and then finishing off with something more full and fluffy. So keep watching to see how I create it. So Em's got more of a glam look going on today, and based off the shape of her brows, I want to give her more of a sculpted brow. So I'm going to use two of our products from our street style brow collection. I'm going to start with our Double Down putty, and I'm going to give her a little bit of set with our brow finish. So the Double Down brow product is super unique because it is a thick putty that dries into a soft powder. I prefer using a shade just slightly darker on Em because she does have darker roots. So even though she's a blonde, I'm gonna go with Neutral Nana, which is going to be more of a grayish neutral tone for her brow. So in the Double Down product, you're gonna get two shades, and then you're gonna get a brush has an angled side on one side and then a spoolie on the other. So I prefer to use the lighter shade towards the front of the brow and then the darker shade towards the tail of the brow. Or you can always mix the two together if you want an even shade all across. Because I want to give her more of a structured brow, I'm going to use our all-nighter setting spray to wet my brush to create more of a thick cream consistency. So now that my brush is wet with all-nighter setting spray, I'm going to go in and I'm going to dip in the darker shade. So I always begin with creating the base of my brow. This is going to start to give me a nice shape to see the kind of brow I want to create. I'm going to move the product around just the way I would with a pencil in a stroke-like motion rather than one straight line. I love the brush that it comes with because it is so sharp and precise, so I can get a really nice even application throughout the entire brow. So now that I've drawn on the base of my brow, it starts to create the shape I want to achieve. So now if I want a fuller brow, I want to create it by adding height to the top rather than extending it on the bottom. I'm going to start from midpoint on the top of my brow with the darker shade. I'm just going to create a nice structured definition. And then I'm going to use the same shade just to fill in the tail of the brow. So now I'm going to go in with the lighter shade towards the front of the brow to give it more of an ombre effect so that it doesn't look so harsh. So I'm going to go back in with my setting spray, and now I'm going to use this on the lighter shade to create slight hair strokes toward the front of the brow by just doing little flicks upward. And I'm going to take my spoolie and I'm going to blend everything out so that it looks seamless. So you guys can see that her brow is now really structured, defined, gives her a nice lift and definition to the face. So this brow went to Harvard, makes 6 figures, and this brow drinks herself to sleep every night. Okay, so now that we have her brows ready to go, beautiful shape and structure, I want to make sure that they stay on all day, so I'm going to set it with our brow finish in Ozone. I'm going to comb straight up towards the front of the brow, and then we're going to comb to the side as we get to the tail. So now that I've showed you guys how to create a beautiful glam structured brow, next up is a super full fluffy brow. So Ash likes something a little bit more natural and softer, and since she already has a great shape to her brows, I'm just gonna fluff them up with our Brow Endowed and our Brow Beater. So I'm gonna start with my Brow Endowed, and I'm gonna use the primer side. This is going to help keep her brows straight up and give me the illusion of a fuller brow. So the great thing about this tool also is the really fine mini brush that it comes with, because it grabs every single hair and allows the brows to stay straight up. This is great if you're someone who has brows that go straight down or are just wild and untamed. This will make sure that they stay in place all day long. So I'm going in with Brow Beater in the shade Taupe Trap. This is going to give her a little bit softer of a look since she is more fair skinned. So with the pencil, I'm not going to give her a super structured brow. I'm going to allow the pencil just to fill in little gaps, and I'm going to use it in a swipe up motion. So I'm going to start with the front of the brow, and I'm just going to flick little areas that I feel that she needs a little bit more fullness, more targeted towards the base of the brow. If the base of your brow is full, that's going to be your solid structure for your entire brow. So towards the arch of the brow, I'm just going to slightly fill in little holes and gaps. She already has a natural shape to her brow. I just want to make sure that it's completely full all the way around. So now that we've used our pencil to fill in all the gaps, I'm gonna go back in with my Brow Endowed, and this time I'm gonna use the color side. This is just gonna give her brows a slight tint to make them look finished and complete. So you guys can see on this side, it just gives her an illusion of a fuller, thicker brow compared to this side. So the technique with this brow is gonna give you more of a soft, more natural look, where with M, we did more of a structured brow. So if you're someone who is super self-conscious about their brows, or who already has a lot of brow to work with, this is a great way to enhance your brows naturally. So there you guys have it. It's a super fast and easy way to enhance your brows and achieve that fluffy brow. That's it. These are the two different types of brows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.